Representative Eskamani offered the following amendment, barcode 762929, remove lines 109 through 111 and insert an amendment.
Representative Eskamani, you are recognized to explain your amendment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Members, today I rise to file an amendment that seeks to extend equal protection to members of Florida's immigrant community, specifically those who have fled oppressive regimes and built their lives in our state. The bill before us grants an affirmative defense to individuals benefiting from the Cuban Adjustment Act. This is an important measure that recognizes the reality that many who come to the United States seeking safety should not be unfairly targeted or penalized. But we have an opportunity, and I would argue a responsibility, to ensure that this same protection is extended to other communities facing similar circumstances. And with this amendment, that is the Venezuelan community and temporary and protected status known as TPS. More than 200,000 Venezuelans live in Florida under TPS. They are neighbors, our coworkers, and in many cases, even our family members. They fled an authoritarian regime, economic collapse, and a humanitarian crisis that made it impossible to return home safely. That is why they've been recognized by the federal government as needing protections. And I want those protections to continue to be extended under the confines of this bill. This amendment is not about politics, it's about fairness and consistency. It acknowledges the economic contributions the Venezuelan community has made in our state. They own businesses, pay taxes, and are helping to fill many of our workforce gaps. We cannot afford to turn our backs on the Venezuelan community by not allowing them to have affirmative defense in this bill. This is also an opportunity for bipartisanship. Miami-Dade County Commission actually put out their own resolution against President Trump's recent rescinding of TPS status for some Venezuelans. And I think it also reflects the culture of Florida, where we are a welcoming state to those who are fleeing authoritarianism, something that I can relate to as a daughter of Iranian Americans who came to call this country home, fleeing the oppressive regime of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The people we seek to include are not strangers. They are Floridians. They are not criminals, they are Floridians. And I urge all of you to support this amendment and stand with us who seek freedom, stability, and the chance to contribute to our great state. That is the amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Eskamani, you are recognized to close on your amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'll close with two quick narratives for folks to consider as you vote on this amendment. Sometime last year, I attended a large rally in my district against the Maduro regime. Thousands of people came to Festival Park in my district, and what really sat with me was the political diversity of those who were there. There were folks wearing Trump hats and Trump flags, and there were Democratic members of Congress that were there. There were Democratic local elected officials who were there. There were folks wearing Biden-Harris T-shirts. I admit, more Trump T-shirts than Biden-Harris. But nonetheless, it was this incredible collection of people of all political walks of life who were standing against this oppressive regime. And many of the folks who were in attendance at that event are here from TPS. Fast forward to the previous year, I toured an ROTC program at Winter Park High School in my district. Very impressive program that focuses on service. It also teaches these kids emergency management, gives them certifications so they have a job when they get out of high school. Many of the students in that program were Venezuelan students who were here from TPS. And even before the heavy political rhetoric on this subject, these students came to me with fear in their eyes, not knowing what their college future would look like. And they're so proud to be Americans. They're thinking about becoming members of our military service. But yet the uncertainty was just stressing them out. And I told them and I promised them that I would do everything I could to protect them and to ensure they could call this country home. This amendment is filed in honor of everyone who stands against oppressive regimes, regardless of which one, for everyone who believes in the American dream and wants to be a part of it, and to those students at the Winter Park High School ROTC program that I made a promise to. And so please put your politics aside and vote yes to give affirmative defense to those who came to this country from Venezuela on temporary protected status. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.